Are we live, guys? I don't know if we're live.
Are we
I'm
live? Are we
sorry.
live now?
This is completely different than our regular schedule. It's way trippy. We haven't been on a live event, nonetheless, the gallery for a long time. So thank you guys for joining in. If we are truly live, because I haven't checked my Facebook. So let me hop on my phone real quick. I'll
Once
confirm.
again, thank you so much for joining us
Hey.
tonight, man. Tonight should be actually a really good show for us. I encourage you guys to actually tune in throughout the whole podcast.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's definitely some heavy vibes, yo, and be ready. Be ready to tear up. I know myself. I'm getting really ready to do that.
Oh, I know he's ready, man. These are some really tough stories. I'm super excited for the Kick It podcast to be out and about in the community. It's actually a really cool event, so I'm excited to be invited. And we're excited to bring out some stories, bring out some truth, and how we can all be treated equal and help the community.
Yeah, we are actually live, dude. I just confirmed that. I seen it on
Hey.
Facebook.
We are
He
live.
just
We're
barely
live.
found
We're
out we
live.
live.
We're
bro.
live, baby.
Yeah,
Hell
so
yeah.
to everybody out there on the Facebook, Instagram, I don't know, YouTube, Twitch, SoundCloud, I don't know, man. Everywhere you can find us, Anchor, Spotify, all those places. Thank you so much for tuning in week in and week out. We're actually out here in Pacific Coast Highway and Oceanside.
I think it's 530 South Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah, I didn't know the address. I'm sorry, but I know we're in Coast Highway for sure.
Put it this
no-
way: if you know where the vital place is, the rock climbing, indoor rock climbing is right in front of the venue, guys. If you
Right
guys
there
have
from
a
the yoga
minute, an
place,
hour,
like, bruh.
maybe even two, just come over and check it out, man. It's
Yeah, like-
definitely life changing.
Yeah,
I definitely encourage you guys to come check it out.
To all our local people, if you guys know where Backbees is and Coast Highway, it's literally just right across the street. So stop by, tune in, check us out live. Who knows? But thanks again for everybody who's out there. Thanks for Jordan, who's actually the host, the photographer who got this whole gallery set up for us. Thank you, Jordan. He's out there in the background.
Shout
being a
out to
little bit busy,
Humanity Showers. Real good.
but- Yeah,
what
he's
they're doing out here in
actually
the
the
community.
founder of the Humanity Shower. So
And if you don't know what that is, you're gonna find out a little later because we're
You'll
gonna
find
bring
out.
Jordan on. He's actually a world-renowned journalist too.
Right.
He start-
yeah, no, dude,
he
he
started
was telling
taking
me that he's
pictures.
gonna go back to Africa right now, dude, and he's been out in the Middle East. He's been all over the place, bro. Jordan, if you guys don't know Jordan, get to meet him. He's a super badass guy.
Shout out to
Also-
Oscarin, lived
Yes.
experiences. Hell yeah. Thanks for the invite. Homeboy brought us out here as a crew. Got the whole episode going. We were here on Monday, if you saw on the clips, so we didn't have episode that day, but we did have clips to go with it.
The thing about that, we were planning on doing a show that day, but things got a little bit deeper than they should have. That's what she said. But
Every
it
time.
was a beautiful experience, man. Getting to know all these people, getting to know all these stories, and just seeing what the scene's about. Like, we were so impacted. We just decided not to run a show that day, so we made that little video clip where you guys saw Louis and Jordan speaking with Oscarin, and well, now we are actually out here on Wednesday, doing this thing live. So thanks again for tuning in, and keep tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't take our words for it, man. Come on down. They're open till next Tuesday, right here, 530 South Coast Highway.
It's
You
been a
already
9-day
know.
event all the way from the 11th to the 20th. Come by over here on Saturday. I got the word. It's going to be popping. Bruh, check it out.
And I'm sure you guys heard of Oscarin because you guys actually did something with them.
With
last
lived
year.
experiences. Yeah. So Oscarin, he's been on the show plenty of times before. He's heavily involved with the community. So he's our go-to guy. He's the one that lets them know when big moves are coming, just on the, I guess you would call it the underground scene nowadays. I don't know.
And on the Monday show, I know you didn't air. We didn't really air because we were just brainstorming for today. But
Yeah.
we also got to meet that one cool dude that you know.
Oh, shout out to Jimmy Figueroa
Jimmy,
as well.
yeah.
Shout out to Resistance 760, the whole movement, bro. I'm always down with that, Me and Jimmy, we go way back. That fool been knowing me since a young buck.
Hey.
And you guys didn't believe me till I actually
Troublemaker.
got up.
Troublemaker.
Yeah, that was sick. dude.
But man, now that we got the little intro going on, how you guys been, man? How's your week been going with all this COVID restrictions kind of getting lifted up?
Oh man.
I bet you
even
guys are feeling
even with
great
the
right
whole
now, man. This is the
restrictions, we
first
still gotta be
Kick It
careful.
Podcast show out here, in public. You guys are having
Yeah.
your first show, right?
Yeah.
For the first time in a while.
Yeah, you guys do all the time. You're at the Cup to Mike's back in the day. You guys were almost at every spot. It was pretty sick.
Yeah,
So-
no, it was kind of crazy not being able to go to places live, but now that we're able to go out and do stuff, like we want to make sure that things are a little bit more meaningful. You know, not that the other shows weren't, you know, because they always are to us. But you know, we want to make it more meaningful for the community, more meaningful for the people out here, and you know, uh, get everybody involved and get and just uh, back to what I've been saying for like the last months, just like getting the whole community involved and getting us into that place where we could actually know each other, know our neighbors, and just keep progressing within each other.
Yeah,
That's a good way to put
like
it.
it. This,
dog.
this is a really good event. We're super hyped. That's why we keep talking about it. But you'll know more details later. We don't want to spoil it. As for me though, I've been super busy. We actually hit the ground running. We had an idea that that California is going to maybe get out of a tier. So we already booked a great event for May 1st. North County Functions back.
Yes, sir.
It's been a year, but we're back 2021. So check it out May 1st right here, 312 Via del Norte, Oceanside, California, at Oceanside Brewing Company. As far as tomorrow, Thursday, they got the open mic. Sunday or Friday, I got the Poetic Sanctuary in Oceanside right here at 301 Mission Avenue, Bliss Tea and
right?
Treats. Yeah.
Bliss Tea,
And then
yeah.
Saturday, I got that all-day event I'm hosting with Oside Lens, the
Hey,
music
shout
and
out to
munchies.
Oside Lens and shout out
Yeah,
to
yay.
Oceanside Brewing Company real quick.
Yeah, everything's at Oceanside Brewing Company except Bliss Tea and Treats, 301 Mission Avenue for Poetic Sanctuary. And then, of course, Sunday is the main event show, and then Monday's the kick it. So we're hitting the ground running with this tier being open.
Dude, I'm excited to see what happens and what keeps on going on, you know, because like it feels like we're a little bit more back to normal. You know,
Yeah.
I see more people being comfortable around each other. Like I remember like at the beginning of the pandemic, like everybody was freaked out. They're like nobody wanted to be near each other. Everybody was like, oh,
I stay away
6
from my
feet,
grandma
motherfucker,
for a
you
good
know?
while,
Yeah.
dog, because I was just shook.
But with that being said, you know, you guys are more than welcome to attend to any of the events that have just been called out right now. But stay safe, yo. You know, just because we're coming back and
Exactly.
you know, we're
Definitely.
reopening,
Exactly.
don't think that, you know, Rona's not out there, because it's out there. So go out there and have fun, but just stay safe,
safe.
and know your surroundings.
Yeah, be safe more than anything, guys. We still got all these crazy ass variances going on. So I mean, yeah, like the regular COVID is a little bit more handled, but just remember there's still other little variances of the disease or virus that are still going on. So still be safe, wear your mask, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, and check out the show May 1st out there in Oceanside Brewing Company.
North
You
County
already
Function,
know.
baby.
North County Function, baby.
Be there or be square, Bears.
Here it comes,
Hey, no,
man. Get ready to shake your
speaking of
booty.
COVID, though, did you guys hear what happened with the Johnson COVID
Yeah,
vaccine?
man,
Johnson
it's getting
Johnson?
recalled, right? They
Yeah.
have it on stop right
They
now.
said only a limited amount of people, I think it was like 70,000 people had like blood clots because of it or something.
Holy
Or
shit.
70,000 people
Yeah.
got it, and some people got blood clots, so they pulled it from the vaccination thing. But now there's also like a catch-22 because these aren't fully tested, and this happens. And then now the Padres have opened up more seats, but you have to be vaccinated to go to certain seats. So like they're already bringing back segregation in a certain way. You
See,
know
that's
what I mean?
that's
And
what I was
crazy.
That's what I was afraid of, man. I was afraid of that the vaccination was gonna have to be something mandatory for you to attend to anything.
They're slowly making it. They're slowly.
And
doing
I'm
it that
pretty
way.
sure, man, for those who like to travel, you guys gotta get that vaccine ready, because I could have swore I saw somewhere out there that you're gonna be required to have a vaccine to be able to get in an airplane.
And the scary part is like with the Johnson & Johnson one, you gotta know which one you're getting, because if you get the wrong one, bro,
Well, the Johnson & Johnson, that was like the one dose,
The
right?
one
Where you
shot,
just
yeah.
take that one shot.
I think Pfizer or whatever is like a one shot too.
No,
That's a
Pfizer is
two?
the two. That's the two-step one.
Isn't there like three? There was Johnson & Johnson, that one, and there was another
There's
one.
three, and then they're developing a fourth. Yeah,
And they all take two except Johnson & Johnson.
But
yeah.
see,
I don't know. I'm
the
honestly
sad
not
part
sure.
about the vaccine, man, is just people are actually getting a little bit of miscommunication in that aspect, man. Just because you get the vaccine, it doesn't mean that you won't be able to get COVID anymore. People, do your research, okay, before you
Straight
go
up.
and think that just because you got a vaccine, you can go and act crazy, because that's not really what's going on.
And what a lot of people are thinking too is maybe they're not aware of like the situation, but I mean, they're voluntarily giving it out, which means you're voluntarily taking it. So you are pretty much the test lab rat for this vaccination that's going on, because they're not charging you for it. If they could make a profit off it, they probably would, like they do with cancer medicine and everything like that. So you're volunteering for this shot. It's not mandatory yet. So be careful what you're putting in your body.
Again, it's all about doing your research, man. You got to really know what goes in your body. And even then, you know, I could have swore that I saw this on TV. There was a doctor talking about it, man. Any vaccine has side effects.
Oh yeah.
There's no such thing as a vaccine that you put on your body or on yourself and you won't have any type of side effect. But, you know, just to be secure, you got to be able to do your research, man. You know, just don't go blind. Don't be a sheep, man.
Yeah.
Be your own leader and do your own research before you put yourself at risk.
Yeah,
Exactly.
please be educated. There is side effects for everything. any drug that you consume, there's side effects. Viagra, if it goes on for 6 hours, see a doctor.
Yeah.
If you smoke too much
This
pot,
this will
stay away from the munchie aisle.
Right?
Like there's side effects to everything.
But let's come back to it.
We're
man.
getting a little
We got
bit off topic here,
sidetrack.
bro.
We
You
got a
know what
little
we here for
sidetrack.
tonight,
We
dog.
know
Right?
we do. We kick
Yeah,
it,
a little
man.
bit,
But
yeah.
we're actually at a great event right now. So without further ado, I'll give up my seat for my man right here. Without further ado, the man, the CEO of this thing, Jordan.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
what's
what's
up,
up,
man?
Jordan?
Man.
Hey, once again, this is Jordan Verdin. He's the host for tonight. He's the one that was able to pull up this gallery for us. So thanks again, Jordan, for joining us and
Yeah,
for
I'm excited
pulling
to be
this up
here,
together,
guys.
man.
Thanks for being here.
Hey,
Nah,
thank
we
you, man. Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for actually pulling this together, man.
And for bringing all these stories. First and foremost, man. Like honestly, like how you put it on Monday, like you would have never thought that all these people out here in this exhibition are basically our neighbors. Like
Yeah.
that's a shocker to me, man. For real.
Yeah, so every photo that's in this space, there's 30 portraits in this space, and every single photo that's here was photographed within 1 mile from here. So it's not like, well, where are these people from? They're from Oceanside. Half of them were photographed right here at the transit center.
Wow.
And so, according to Oceanside statistic, we have over 300 people experiencing homelessness, and 30 of those people are here in the walls. And some of them are here in the space, some of them were here today. And so, yeah.
I wasn't here on Monday, man, but give me a little bit of more insight about yourself. You know, what
Yeah.
drove you to actually do this, man? Because
Yeah.
it takes a lot from a man or a woman to be able to humble themselves down, you know, from where you're standing at right
Yeah.
now, and be able to put this together. So give me a little bit more background about yourself, man. What drove you to do this, and you know, basically, yeah. What drove you to this, man? What was the reason?
Yeah, so I grew up doing a lot of different types of works in Christian, non-Christian, doing mission work, non-mission work. And so I was working overseas at the time. I was working in East Africa and doing like these projects with clean water. And then I remember at the time I was thinking to myself, like, it's cool that we're doing all these things overseas and abroad, but locally at home, I wasn't doing anything. And so for me, I come from a family of addiction. My father was actually a heroin addict,
Oh shit.
you
bro.
know, and I saw he's recovered now and he's doing good, and but so I remember like all the bias and stereotypes that were associated with those types of lifestyles with people that went through that. And so then I remember thinking, like, meeting people on the streets and all the bias that people, implicit biases, like you see someone and automatically you have a thought about them, whether it's good or bad. And so what I wanted to do was challenge that bias. And the way that you challenge the bias is, one, we have a conversation like the way we are, or you like an interaction, or you read like new information. So the new information allows you to create a new inference, a new thought, which challenges your idea about people on the street or just people in general. So then that's when I started. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start interviewing people and learning about them. And so I set out on a project that I wanted to interview 500 people on the street experiencing homelessness. And so I started doing these audio interviews first and just asking people questions about their life, and then what was the biggest challenge about experiencing homelessness. And the number one challenge that kept arising was lack of access to hygiene, lack of access to showers. The second biggest need and necessity that was brought up was the lack of being seen as a human, being heard, being acknowledged. So then what we did was we launched a campaign to build our first mobile shower trailer, in which now we have 3 mobile showers. We do showers 3 times a week in Oceanside. And then the second thing was we launched a campaign where I wanted to start printing stories and sharing them so that people could see them, people could hear them, people could acknowledge them and challenge their bias. And so I've interviewed about close to 400 people on the streets already. And so I'm going to jump my project up to 1,000 people because I don't want it to be over yet. You know, I'm really enjoying this.
Man,
And
and
so
I encourage
Don't
you
stop.
to
Don't
keep
stop.
on going, man. What was one of your biggest challenges putting all this together?
what in regards to the show or just in general?
In regards, like, well, in general, man, because you just said it right now. I think the biggest challenge we have is, you know, we humankind, we
Yeah.
tend to be very judgmental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what was your biggest challenge? If you know, now that being said, you know,
I guess my biggest challenge was one with myself, and then believing in myself and overcoming the biases that I always had. Because even though like I work with people and I'm telling people like, hey, let's overcome the bias, I would still hold tons of bias and tons of judgment. So like personally, that was my biggest challenge. But then to get this project up and off the ground, like as the showers and as photos, was, I don't know, it was like people believing in me as a Latino, you know, as and getting support from the community, like having to prove that I could do the work too, that a person, a Latino, a Mexican could run an organization. I didn't have to like be a part of an organization, but I could actually like start our own. And so that was kind of like one of the biggest obstacles that I faced a lot was like people, even still now, people meet me and they'll be like, yo, so who runs the showers? You know, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, we do. They're like, you guys do? And they're like, yeah, we do. You know, so it's just,
See, and there it goes again, man. Is that stereotype? You know,
Yeah.
that judgmental trigger that we all as humans have, man. And inside, man, I'll be honest with you. I was reading some of the stories back here,
yeah,
and I got to read one of the guys saying that he feels invisible. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it hits me, man. Like it really hits me. Not only just because you know I'm reading it, but I'm also very emotional. So I mean
Yeah.
that's a story for another
Yeah.
you know another time. But just reading that, man, the fact that somebody tells you that they feel invisible, then we're failing, man. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm failing. I feel like we're all failing as humankind, because that's really the way we should all be looking at each other, man. I've always said it, and I'll keep backing it up till the day I die, man. You know, there's no such thing as brown, red, purple, black, yellow. You know what I mean? We're all one humankind, man.
Yeah.
And reading that for me was very strong. The fact that somebody tells you that we make them feel like they're invisible,
Yeah.
man, then you know it's time to be awakened
Yeah.
and really do something about it, because nobody should be able to feel that way, you know.
Yeah.
Not in this world, not in any world, man. So I mean, I really do appreciate your work, man, and I'm really happy that I could be part of it, because you know I read all of this, man, and it's like it humbles me a little more, you know. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's what we all need sometimes.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in the values that we have, all the valuables we have, you know, that we forget our own worth as a human,
Yeah.
and we're worth eons. So if we can feel that way, then we should be able to contribute to other people. And I
Yeah.
thank you for that,
No,
man.
thank you,
honestly.
brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, for real, big time, Jordan. Thank you so much, man. Because I totally agree with Juan, dude. Like, there's so many stereotypes that come to like certain categories of people and this and that. Like, and it's unfair, dude. And I feel like some of it has to do with like our Western medias and stuff like that. Because like, if you were to go to I don't know. Let's say Switzerland, for example,
Yeah.
like they would treat like addiction and stuff completely different
Yeah.
than how we deal with it over here, man. Like they actually see it as a disease that
Yeah.
it is, because it is mostly mental, dude.
Yeah.
It's not that you are a fiend
Yeah.
per se. It's just that
Yeah.
you just can't help yourself because you're basically you're one with
Yeah.
your addiction. You know,
Yeah.
it's
So then
intense.
too, a lot of times too, something that's different too, that there's the misconception stereotype that all homeless are alcoholics and drug addicts. But the thing that they're missing to talk about is that there's trauma that happens to people and they lack the coping mechanisms and the options that are available to them on the street that are accessible. They don't have options to seek mental health and all these other options that people who aren't housed. So their coping mechanisms do become alcohol, do become drugs. So it's not necessarily that the drugs and alcohol led them to the streets, but while they're on the streets, it led them to using drugs to cope with their pain, to cope with the letdown, to cope with the invisibility, to cope with the dehumanization that they go through.
So could you say that society is a big part of what's going on?
Society is a trigger. You know, people have unresolved traumas, and as long as those traumas exist, society can re-trigger them and trigger them. And so it's not making an excuse. It's not saying like, oh, well, that's just a cop out. Like, no, like people read some of these stories, get to know them. They have real life traumas that happen to them. They lost a loved one. Their mom died of cancer. They lost their job. Their spouse cheated on them. Domestic abuse survivors, and they had no family, no fallback to land
Yeah.
on. And
Yeah.
so they end up on the streets. They come out here on the streets. They have this optimism, this hope. Right now, you guys will hear from someone.
Yep.
His name's Brett Strong, and you can I'll let him tell his story. And
Yeah.
you can hear about that. Like, so there's no
Yep.
better person to hear from the streets, but people don't see that when they're out here and the things that they go through. There's no more options. They start
No, definitely.
feeling they don't exist, that they're not real. And so like drugs and alcohol allows them to feel some sense and numb some of that pain. And so I'm not making excuses for them, but just start hearing these stories and seeing what these people go through. And it's going to really challenge the way that you see like, oh, that person's a drug addict. No, that person's coping with their pain, with what's available to them.
Yeah.
Stop asking like, why is this person homeless? But like, what happened that led this person to be homeless?
Big facts.
What happened that led this person to use drugs? And start changing the questions we ask. Start changing the way that we look at people.
Yeah.
More than
Yeah.
anything,
Well,
we should really
it-
stop asking all those questions and start asking yourself as a person, what can
Yeah.
we do to help them out?
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing that we could do.
yeah.
Stop asking why and start doing something about it.
And so I want to tell you something too, is that like a lot of people will be like, oh, that's cool, man. You have shower trailers, and so that's how you can help people, or you have nice camera and that. So, but I don't have any of the things. So that you start doing something for people with nothing, with what you have. Like, it doesn't take anything to acknowledge a person. It doesn't take anything to have a conversation besides your time. Like, before we had mobile shower trailers, we were providing showers for people with wipes and buckets. So it's not like we didn't let our inability, we didn't let our lack of resources, our lack of showers keep us from doing things. That's just an excuse. So like, if people want to say like, well, you have all these things, that's so you're able to do something. You can do something with exactly what you have. Like, your time is the best asset. The best thing that you can give to anyone on earth is your time. Like right now, what you guys are giving to me, your time in this is the best thing you can give anyone. And on the streets, that's the best thing you can give them. Like, just acknowledging them, just spending time, just what's your name? Look at them in the eyes, smile, hello, how are you? Costs nothing. We could do that for free, and you don't need any special skills. You don't obviously have caution, and so I'm not saying just go out there but I'm saying have caution and use common sense, but know that it doesn't require anything special just to be kind to someone. Being kind is free.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, dude. It doesn't take any amount of dollars to just walk up to somebody, say hi, and treat them just as you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
Can I take time then to introduce the guest?
Yeah.
I can actually
So I'm gonna
introduce
step
the
out
restaurant.
right
Let's
now,
get a
so-
good insight on this.
Yeah,
He's a
so-
nice guy.
No,
Ladies
you
and
can say Jordan.
gentlemen.
I'll step out
I-
real quick. So like
No,
that.
I could do it.
No,
I
Nah,
could do
no,
it.
no,
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 let-
no, no, no.
I got the message.
All right, all right.
Restaurant, can you come up? For
I'm
me?
gonna step up, bro. Yeah.
No, you're good. Bruce is actually gonna step up for us.
No, I just wanted to say hi to some people, but I'll talk for a few minutes. Very-
No, thank you, Mr. Brett. Thank
Yeah,
you for
his
stepping
name is
in.
Brett Strong.
So how you doing tonight, sir?
Good. So I think the easiest way we could do this is, Brett, why don't you just give them a little background about who you were before you experienced homelessness, and then how you ended up on the streets. And yeah, so you can just start there.
And I was born and raised in Oceanside, and I moved to Michigan when I was 15 with family to finish school. And then my mom died in 1986. Then my dad died in 2003. And I came back out here, and I had a house out here, and we have a house in Michigan. And I was working full time and doing real good, had a real good job. And then got laid off in 2010. Or actually, I had a stroke in 2008. And I got laid off in 2010. And it started going downhill. My health, I got diabetes, and I couldn't really work that much no more. And started getting into drugs and stuff real heavy. And then got arrested in 2012. And I went to jail for most of 2012. And then I got out of jail in 2013, and I was back to work and doing good again, and then I had a heart attack in 2015, and started going downhill from there.
Hey, Mr. Brett. So the 2010s were just not it for you, right?
yeah, just got laid off because of the recession and stuff,
Yeah, I remember that.
and we were slow at work. So I mean, it's just like nothing I could do. I had a loan on my house, and I was getting behind the payment, so I had to do a quick sale on it. And then I got busted for the drugs, and it just started going downhill from there. And I couldn't work again after 2015, after the heart attack, and just it was real hard to do anything. You know, I mean, when you're not able to work and you're sitting there, and then in 2017, I became homeless, and I couldn't pay no bills or nothing. So my roommates and stuff, you know, they didn't they liked me and stuff, but you know, it's like nobody wants to pay for somebody to live there and
No, definitely.
not have no money. And so then I was homeless from 2017 till 2020. Right at the beginning of 2020, we got housing again, and just it was tough in them times. You know,
So Brett, talk about how you would tell me the what you would face on the street, the invisibility, the people
yeah.
walking past you,
It's
and
like people would go by you and grab their kids and go the other side of the road. You know, just act like they didn't see you or know, you know, just not acknowledge you. And this was pretty hard. You know,
what would that
people,
do to you as a person?
No, it's all right,
Sorry,
Mr.
man.
Brett.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
We don't have to go there, Mr. Brett. It's all right.
See, man, this is what we're talking about. People, it's just that misconception of, everybody believing or thinking that, everybody comes from a drug problem. And, it's time for us to deliver a message as a community. We can't just say we are a community, and then when we go out there, we're definitely showing the complete opposite.
Yeah,
We got to understand that these are just people just like us. You know what I mean? You could be rich, you could be poor, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be a person. You're a human.
Yeah.
You go to heaven. If you believe in a heaven or you believe in a hell, when you die, you're not gonna take your money. You're not gonna take your millions. So it's time to really look at ourselves and reflect upon what we have and be thankful for what we have. But at the same time, be able to acknowledge the
Yeah.
people that don't have anything. You know what I mean? They don't have anything, but they don't have anything not because they're in drugs. They don't have anything because, like he explained it, like the guy we have here right now, Mr. Brett, explaining his life. There's certain things in our lives that sometimes take us to the wrong place, but that happens to everybody, man.
Yeah.
That happens to everybody. Today you could be in a good place, tomorrow you may never know. So please, man, take the time to reflect upon yourself, and it's time for us to really do something about it. We can't keep letting our brother or sister keep going through all this type of stuff and be okay with it, man. Like I said, we're blessed enough to have what we have,
Yeah.
but humble yourself enough to be able to share what you have.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be millions of dollars, man. Sometimes, like our friend here said, sometimes all it takes is an hour of your time to be able to acknowledge them, to make them feel that they truly are a part of us, because
Yeah.
they are a part of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So please, if you guys have the time, share your time with somebody, because I see this all this time, like all the time, especially on the social media, like where people are like fake kind and fake
Yeah.
nice, where they're like, oh, I'm out here supporting and whoop de whoop, I'm giving them $20 or I'm giving them a burger, and it's like, yeah, you don't have to go through all that. You don't have to put a camera in somebody's face.
Yeah.
Just be there, be in the
Yeah.
moment, and be genuine. You don't need all the extra stuff. You don't need the attention. Like, it's not necessary. Just
It really isn't, man.
please,
It
just
really
be,
is not
just
necessary.
do it out of your heart, please.
Honestly, sir, I have no words, you know, probably to at ease the pain you feel right now. And never in a million years will I be able to make you feel any better because of us, because it is us. Society is us. And I can't apologize for what they did, But in a way, I do want to apologize for you ever feeling that you're not visible, because you are visible. In my eyes, you are visible. You know what I mean? If I believe in a God, then I should be able to believe that my brother and my sister, if they're in need, then I should be able to lend a hand. And I do apologize for all those years that you ever felt like you were invisible, sir, because you were not. You were just
See,
like
I,
me.
I was one of those people that ignored them. I'd walk by them and
And it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad, and it hurts me too to be able to see you go through this and be able to express yourself. It hurts. It really does hurt, you know. And nobody's ever gonna be able to experience what anybody goes through unless you put yourself through it, you
Yeah.
know. So, being that said, again, sir, there's nothing that we could possibly say that's gonna take that pain away from you because you had to live through it. But if there is something that I could ask you to never ever give up, is your hope. Because the moment we give up hope in this world, and that's the day that this world is over to us.
Yeah.
I got hope now, you know. But
So in January of this year, he is now 1 year and 6 months off the streets.
There you go.
And so he was also something special about Brett was he was the first shower that we ever did in Humanity Showers. And he also helped come up with the name. He brought up the name for Humanity Showers. And so he came up with that name. So we have like a special connection and even now like no that he's no longer on the streets, I still spend 1 to 2 days a week with him, like building that relationship, still cultivating that friendship. So it's like it goes beyond like now. It's like, yeah, we see
definitely.
you, but then what? Once you're no longer homeless, then what? So it's like no, like now I've like pretty much adopted him into my life, into my family. So now like he's on his birthday, we had him over for birthday. He comes over for Christmas. He comes over for Thanksgiving. So it's not like it doesn't just end when they get off the streets, because a lot of times it's like the trauma is like no family, no connections, no community. And so we talk about like, oh, we are society, but yet we want people to get better, we want people to do better, but we don't want to help them, and we don't want them to do better in our backyard or in our community. Do better, but not with me. It's like, so no, I want to walk with you, I want to do better, I want you to do better, and I'm going to walk with you so you can do better. So it's just like a lot of people talk about doing good, but there's a difference between talking and actually doing it. And so I just want to encourage people, like I said, it does not take anything, cost anything, just to extend just a smile when you see someone on the street. When people have become like invisible, I'm saying like people will, how many times, like if any person, you driving down the street and you see a dog running across the street by itself, people will slam on their brakes, run across the street, and jump in front of a car to save a dog. But how many times have we passed by seeing our brothers and sisters passed out, laying on the ground? It doesn't even phase us.
That's true, dude. And and I think it's kind of like a West Coast thing, honestly, because like I somewhat kind of experienced it myself. You know, when you walk past somebody and you're like, "Hey, good morning," and they just look at you like super weird, like, "Whoa, what the
Yeah.
hell's wrong with you?"
Again, man, it does. That all has to do with all the labels we have.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of labels, and I think that's the first thing we have to break. And sir, to you, all I have to say is thank you so much. Thank you so much because you didn't give up on us. You know, it's not that we gave up on you, but you didn't give up on us. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
kept your faith, man, and I appreciate that because there's a lot of people that give their hope up in society and they go out there and they start doing crazy things. You know what I mean? So I applaud you and I thank you. I congratulate you. You cleaned yourself up. You picked yourself up. You didn't give up on society. You didn't give up any hope, and I thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. You should. This should be a perfect example to all of us, and if anything, we should feel a little ashamed, you know, that we have to hear somebody else tell us their story to be able to open up our eyes. You know, it doesn't take that long, man. It doesn't take that much. You should be able to step outside and really see the reality of this world because I definitely believe it will change so much, man. So once again, sir, I
see,
appreciate it. I thank you
I
for
went
that.
to the outreach and stuff in Oceanside for 2 years before Jordan. We met Jordan. He took our pictures and stuff, and I was going through the outreach, and they never did anything for me. You know, Jordan comes around, and first month he's here, he got us in housing and stuff like that, going to church and everything like that, and it was a whole different thing. you know, and they're supposed to, that's their job to do it, you know. And
Yeah.
he did it because he just wanted to.
Man, thank you so much for doing
glad to
that,
hear
Jordan. You know,
and thank you
it's
for sharing
great.
your story, Mr. Brett. And so
All
so
right.
you're like fully successfully independent and on your own now.
Yeah, we
Oh
well,
my
we live
God.
in a house with 6 or 7 people right now. But yeah, we got our own place that we stay at. And
No, that's great. I do have one question though before we take our break. Uh, I know that you were put in a rough spot, and at the turn where you were officially out and about and on your own, I am curious. Were you able to file like a bankruptcy, or were you still collecting bills?
no, I got it's collecting bills still,
Oh,
and
dang.
but I mean, I get GR from the welfare office, and I'm getting disability supposedly right now, but I haven't been able to get a hold of them right now. But I'm gonna be getting back pay for from 2017. You know, I've been out of work since 2015,
Okay.
so it's been for a long time that I've been when I was on the streets for 3 years, and trying to work, but I couldn't. You know, but
Yeah, no, there's so many little things here and there that make it a little bit more difficult, like not being able to have a physical address or even like a source of transportation. Although we do have the sprinter and the bus and all that stuff, but it's still tough to try to pay the ticket.
I tell you what, unless you got the showers, it's stupid to even try to work. You know, I mean, you stink going to work. People don't want to be around you. You know, you go for an interview, people don't want to be interviewing you. You know, and it was tough.
With that being said, if you guys heard, you know, he actually served our country. So America, you should be ashamed for that because we're leaving our people, you know, our troops out in the streets, and we're not lending a hand. What good are we? What good are we as a country if we can't even help our people that are serving our troops, man? Really, really, we should be ashamed of that. We really should. So, with that being said, we thank you so much, sir, for giving us your
Yeah, yeah, thank
testimony
you,
and
Mr.
being here
Brett.
with us tonight. And I think we're gonna take a little break.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks,
we gotta
guys.
go.
Thank you, man.
We're gonna take a break, guys. Thank you so much for still tuning in. We have Mr. Brett right here. Well, we got Jordan out here, we got Juan out here, and you guys got myself, and then Luis is out there in the back, so you can't really see him today.
Cool.
But thank you guys again. We'll see you guys shortly. This is the Kick It Podcast. You already know.
Thanks, guys.
Cruising down Mission Avenue. Rolling through on my take a hoods. Cali love, give it up to the West Coast. West Coast. Yeah.
Cruising down the coast with the homies ready to ride. Sisters switch, burning slow, controlling my mind. Living life to the fullest, cause he can't judge the time. Ashing hard and them suckers will be repping 1-5. Burning race in the city, with hustle with pride. I thought you knew, though, that's all we do. It's an old side of D when it comes to the view. Hit 101 high within up, Mission Avenue. Shake the spot to a backyard booty, posting up. With the homies getting twisted and drunk. Just another day, G, we ain't putting it down. For the city we love, I thank God every day. We were raised in the slums, eat back, watch your hand. Spill for my cup, in the Southern County lifestyle, we can't get enough. 13 still spinning, throw it up for the back.
Cruising down Mission Avenue, palm trees, on breeze, blowing on that good. Oh, baby. Rolling through on my take a hood. Yeah, give it up to the West Coast. West Coast. Sammy, Chicho.
Walk right in the room. All I see is you going back. Don't take it the wrong way when I say we can skip the foreplay, get excited. I'm aiming right at your heart, way that you carry yourself is an art. Light at the end of a tunnel so dark, yeah. You got just what I need, right where I wanna be, right there underneath. No ceilings, no floor. To the floor, wake up to the ball, pick up when you call. Hey, put that thing on my face. Girl, you know I gotta get it paid. All these other niggas, they so fake. I'm the only one that gets you straight. Yeah, I know what to do with it. Just pay attention, about to cut through with it. Trust me, I never do it like dude did it. Fuck, till your legs can't move with it. Kiss you from head to toe, so smooth with it. Work it out like I'm dealing with a tool, and then you gon' call me class clown. Way I act a fool, and nigga, Lord. No ceiling, no bar. If you got that act right, I treat you like the homie. When I get my bag right, I'll show you where to stow it. We can do our own thing like we Clyde and Bonnie. I go get the whole thing while you hold the Tommy. I just need you by me, right there while I'm riding. Tell me I'm the only nigga that can get inside it. When we ain't together, babe, tell me where to link up. I'ma be there on time, chilling with my feet up. Only to you, walk right in the room. All I see is you growing back. Don't take it the wrong way when I say we can skip the foreplay, get excited. I'm aiming right at your heart, way that you carry yourself is an art. Light at the end of a tunnel so dark, yeah. You got just what I need, right where I wanna be, right there underneath.
my vision's clear. Politically and religiously, positive is all I see.
I'm the guy that killed the beast, that slayed his head and stood and prayed and blessed his grave and laid to rest the pest. I placed his arms across his chest. I must confess, I'm the guy that killed the beast. I'm the guy that murdered the beast. I'm the guy that slayed the beast. I'm the guy that set you free. I've been working non-stop since the age of 9. Saw a future not too many get to find. Dreaming better days in a cup of wine. Sit and meditate with my third eye. People worry sick trying to stop me. Often contemplate if they suit me. Trying to pay these bills, didn't think so. There goes your opinion out the window. Now drop. All these new hoes won't flock. All these fake dudes in my spot. I've been here from the start, waiting you to hear what I got. Bumping out the chord in the lot. Nothing is forever, didn't get the memo. I just want the cheese, I just want the queso. You can have the dollar, you can have the peso. I just want a hug, I just want a beso. 27 in the making, rest in peace of those in heaven and the legends walking on this earth. We're the ones out here who made it, for the ones who couldn't make it, pray for us at church. I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God, I'm a child of God.
I'm this, I am not, I am bliss, I am great, I'm the best, I don't assume and I don't attest, physically and mentally, eye to eye, my vision's clear, politically and religiously, positive is all I see.
Amongst the best, I must confess, right next to Cole, right next to West, drop beats like Dre, and C like Rev, I shred like Jimmy, and cool like Cobain. Leave it for you easy, even a baby could read it. Don't have to break it down, even a crackhead could eat it. I'm only here for now, then baby, I'm gone like the seasons. I'm a phantom when I vanish, I'm gone with the winning. Someone's time is up, someone's out of luck, tell them time is struck. Boom. Someone come and clean it up, there's feelings all across the wall, there's feelings floating through the room. Just watch what they assume, they can pick up on you, don't let it come true. It's all upon you. Hands up to the star and the moon when we bustin'. A late night fellow with a hoodie and a ducket. The hyperactive skater with the broken arm, now fuck it. I'm the kind of guy that likes to do the shit I wanted. This the kind of rap shit I spit it when I started. Outsmarted, broken hearted, heavily dosed with some toast in the morning. Hop out of bed and get a sesh with the Marleys. Hop on the track and make some bread for the homies. Cooking and I'm sipping. I got Del Sol with my kitchen. Better get it understood, this is finger licking good. Give a fuck if you a baller, this is strictly for the hood. Bounce, South Bay players in the house. Bounce, little chiquitita, put your hands up and shout. This is for the dollars and the coins in the couch. Didn't know it then, but I know it right now.
I am this, I am not, I am bliss, I am great, I'm the best, I don't assume and I don't attest, physically and mentally, eye to eye, my vision's clear, politically and religiously, positive is all I see, I'm great, I'm the best, I know.
Mírenlas qué bonitas. A ver qué bonita. Míralas, qué chuladas. ¿De quién es esta tanga?
Pues déjate digo, es mía.
The men in the dark.
I am calculated crazy. They call me schizo, but I'm calculated crazy. Don't call me cuckoo, how about calculated crazy? Am I just loony? No, I'm calculated crazy. Crazy. I'm more than average crazy. Bitch, I'm amazing. Something that you wanna be doing, I do
daily. Chalking up most of the days that couldn't even face me. The most that you could try to do is copy, can't erase me. I do what they want, cause I do what I want. Jump off of a building just to climb another one. It's a hell of a feeling when I'm getting what I want. That's why I go with my gut, with whatever I confront. It's not a maybe, you're not gonna change me. I'm out but with the calculations 20 plus 80. I'ma get what I want, irregardless of the scores. I don't care if your fence is electric or it's barred.
If the shoe fits, get knocked down, we get up. Many tripping on my sanity, searching for the remedy. Make ya reconsider, captivated figure. Deep inside our brain, we made a prism out of rhythm.
I am calculated crazy.
They call me schizo, but I'm
calculated crazy.
Don't call me cuckoo, how about
calculated crazy?
Am I just phony? No, I'm
calculated crazy. Crazy. I am calculated crazy.
They call me schizo, but I'm
calculated crazy.
Don't call me cuckoo, how about
calculated crazy?
Am I just phony? No, I'm
calculated crazy. Crazy.
I wasn't born by parents because I made myself. The writing on the walls might describe my health. Don't come too close cause I might just I know a pair of rays and my eyes bleed. When I look beyond the truth, it's exciting. I know my crazy is on edge, I'm igniting. A psycho killer no longer hiding. Cookie, like Danny Bonaducci. Who wanna hang with a killer, then come and lose me. I play Russian roulette with an Uzi. Sipping acetone from a koozie. Ooh-wee.
If the shoe fits, get knocked down, we get up. Many tripping on my sanity, searching for the remedy. Make ya reconsider, captivated figure. Deep inside our brain, we made a prism out of rhythms. I am calculated crazy.
I am not the one to play around with. I am more than just a crazy habit.
I am calculated crazy.
They call me schizo, but I'm
calculated crazy.
Don't call me cuckoo, how about
calculated crazy?
Am I just phony? No, I'm
calculated crazy. Crazy. I am calculated crazy.
They call me schizo, but I'm
calculated crazy.
Don't call me cuckoo, how about
calculated crazy?
Am I just phony? No, I'm
calculated crazy. Crazy. I am calculated crazy.
They call me schizo, but I'm
calculated crazy.
Don't call me cuckoo, how about
calculated crazy?
Am I just phony? No, I'm
calculated crazy. Crazy.
Calculated crazy.
We're yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you guys to everybody who's out there tuning in and still stay tuning in. Thank you so much. As we mentioned earlier, we're out here next to Coast Highway. And now we got Miss Jasmine over here from Emi Palma, and she's gonna, let us know how she got involved with this whole scenario that we got going on today. So, Miss Jasmine, thank you again for joining us. Hell yes, everything. Thank you. Sorry. There you go.
Okay.
It was just off. Sorry.
All right, for sure. So growing up, we were all everyone stopped. Sorry, we all grew up really poor. Brother Benno's, I don't know if you know Brother Benno's.
Yes,
that area over there.
I know Brother Benno's.
Like that crate, they used to have lower income housing, food wise. That crate was the only crate we'd get for the month. That's the only food we get for the month, for the week, for anything, And then I would go there all the time. I would see these homeless folks there. I would shower with them. It's I grew up with people all around my life, and my mother always taught me you can't really judge somebody for the way that they are, because you never know. Even you see it in these pictures, you never know what your life is going to be like. One change, done. You lose your job, you might be on the streets. You lose a friendship, you lose a loved one, and you never know how it's going to be. So yeah, we always grew up really poor. But then, as of a couple of years ago, actually, we finally got our own house. We still rent it, but it's our own place. It used to be 4 of us. We used to rent one room in different housings, and I've lived for the first, I want to say, 15 years of my life. I moved 10 times.
Wow.
We couldn't, every single time we couldn't afford the housing prices that went up. We moved all around Oceanside. I've lived everywhere around Oceanside, but I've always stayed here. So I've always found such a passion for Oceanside and my community. But then once we were able to have a structure, now I have my own car, now I have all this stuff, I understand my privilege, and that's something that's really important, because once you understand your privilege, you can see how you can help out a community, how you can help out your friends, your neighbors,
most
everybody
definitely.
around you, you know? So I would volunteer with an amazing San Diego group. It's still going on. It's led by this Latina college student. It's Feeding Dago.
Shout out Feeding Dago.
Shout out Feeding Dago. Yeah, they're so sick. They do mobile distributions to our houseless folks, and I would help out every single month. But then the thing is, like, I felt amazing because I got to help out people, you know. But
Yeah,
then
definitely.
I'd drive back home, and then I'd see people on my streets, and I'd almost feel like, I don't know, I'd almost feel like a fraud saying like I helped out these folks and I feel amazing because I did that. But then I'd come to my streets and then I'd see there's folks on my streets that I could have fed, that I could have helped. So once COVID hit, I realized that a lot of the social services that were in place got shut down because of COVID restrictions, because we went into red tier, because we went into purple tier. So then once that started, that's when I really wanted to help out my community. And then, so En Mi Palma, it's English. I mean, in English, it's in my palm. And it's the idea of that in the palm of my hands, like I can make a difference. I can make a difference in my own street. I can make a difference in my own city. I can make a difference in my own country, you know? So we started with me being bored because I stopped working because retail, it's not an essential job, you know? So, so I was laid off for like a couple months and I just made jewelry because I just thought it was cool, you know? But then once I realized that these social services were being lacked, that's when I started being like, I can actually make a change with that. So we started two things. We started the jewelry business. So everything is handmade by us. So these ones right here, handmade by us. And then with that money, like we make absolutely no money from this. Everything is by the community, for the community, to the community. So we first started with distributing monthly because we were fairly new. And we started this back in October. So we actually haven't even hit a year yet. So then once we started realizing like, hey, we're getting more followings, we're getting more support, we're getting more interaction with the community. Now it's gotten to the point where we distribute every single Sunday, meals, aid, everything, a conversation to our homeless folks. And I think the biggest thing that we take from it is a conversation, because a lot of the times you'll see someone on the street. A lot of people will see someone on the street. They'll go out of their way to cross the street so they won't have to walk with them.
That's exactly what Mr. Brett was saying earlier today.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because you will see someone on the street and people will immediately judge, and it's not really, you can't really blame a person because it's like that's the way that they were raised, you know. And it's like it's so institutionalized that you really have to change that stigma around everything, you know.
Oh, big time.
So yeah,
Well, I can be the devil's advocate with that because
Yeah.
there are some weirdos on the street, but like, don't judge a whole community by one person.
Exactly.
You know?
And you know, I'm not going to deny the fact there's people that do drugs on the street. There's people that drink alcohol in the street. But then again, there's people that have a house, that have a car, that are multimillionaires, that drink, that do drugs, you know? And it's not their fault. The people on the street, they may do that, but it's because they're trying to escape the whole reality that the institution has faced on them, you know? Sometimes it's out of their control. It's not really their fault.
Well, like we were saying, you know, growing up, you know, kind of in poverty, you have more of a personal relation to someone who you like we were talking about on Monday. We're only one step away from being homeless ourselves.
Exactly.
You know?
Dude, we totally hit that on
You know?
Monday. Like literally any one of us here, especially in California, Southern California to be exact, because it's super
Absolutely.
expensive.
Yeah.
We're all 30 fucking days away from being homeless. Straight up.
Real shit.
No, yeah, it's so scary to think about because
Mhm.
the cost of living goes up every single year, but the amount of minimum wage, it cannot pay for that. They expect us to come out of college with a bachelor's degree, with everything, but it's like, no, you have to really work your way. But then they expect you to just catch up to the cost of living. Where if they're not helping us, we're not going to get there. You know, it's absolutely insane.
No, especially out of college, I think they try to pay you like $18 an hour or something like that. And it's
Nah,
like, damn,
horrible.
bro, that's
Yeah, you still
that's
gotta prove it.
almost
Like,
nothing.
you
I got
pay for
this
a degree,
fucking
you got
debt.
a degree, and you still gotta prove it. And
Exactly.
in the work world, like,
and then
come
minimum
on.
wage is still $14 an hour. I mean, I don't know how much you guys are getting paid, but minimum wage is $14 an hour right now, which is it's ridiculous. Like maybe that will work in another state, but in California, it absolutely will not. You know?
That doesn't stretch far enough, especially now with having to pay for life insurance and all these other little things like a cell phone bill or maybe
Exactly.
even gas. Like it adds up real freaking quick.
And that whole thing again, it's so like even healthcare is a for-profit business. Taxes came around. I had to pay $600 because I can't afford health insurance. That had to come out of my taxes, which is stupid because why are they going to tax somebody when Why are they going to tax me when I can't afford to pay healthcare
Yeah, it
continuously?
makes no sense.
It absolutely makes no sense. It's infuriating too. Like, why are you going to tax somebody?
It's almost
because they can't afford
insulting. It very is insulting.
It extremely is insulting. Yeah, it's
Man, I'm already submitting to you that I'm not really made of money, and now you're gonna
and
charge
now
me.
you're going to charge me for being
The
poor.
only money I do get, you're gonna take it.
Exactly.
Like,
And
holy, that's
they've said it before. Like, being homeless, being lower income is such a profitable business that they're going to keep it that way. They're going to keep it that way for years because they know that they can make money off of this. And it's a sad truth, but it's something that we really have to think about and realize as people. And that the government is just, I don't know. I mean, I can go on about this, but it's just.
I
it's
think
so
we all
stupid.
can. We're like,
Yeah,
super
yeah,
into
yeah.
this.
no, yeah, we all can.
It's not cool. The rent's too damn high.
It absolutely is.
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah,
ask
right,
anybody in
yeah,
California. You can
yeah.
ask the richest dude or the brokest dude. Rent is too damn high.
Exactly.
You know, it's crazy.
As you just said, you can ask the poorest person or the richest person. Regardless, it's going to be too high. No one's going to be able to keep up with this.
Mhm.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and actually, I was talking to a couple of my friends earlier today. Like, it's crazy to see even now, like the current housing market and like just trying to be like a first time homeowner. Like, it's rough, especially with the way the wage gap or the wealth gap is. Like, it's either you're rich or you're fucking broke. Like, there's
Yeah.
no intermediate. If you're
Yeah.
intermediate, then you're still broke. You're barely making
Exactly. Yeah. Being middle class in California is still poor.
Is lower
Hell
class.
yeah.
It's still poor. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I started. I got my friend Alex. I was like, I really want to do this. Can you help me? Can you be there with me? And so both of us co-founded this. We started off with one distribution a month. Yeah, we started with one distribution a month. Now we do every single Sunday. Now we're helping our community as much as we can, and it's gotten to the point where it's not us helping out someone in need. It's us being there with our friends. Like, I have made such raw, real connections, farther than I've made with friends from high school, farther than I've made with friends from college, farther than I made with friends from work, from out of college, from everything.
So two things.
Yes.
What do you do to help, and where is it located at? Where can they like?
Okay, so our whole area is en Mi Palma. We distribute to anybody in need around all of Oceanside, California. We have a little plug. We have 2 Instagrams. We have one which is en Mi Palma, which just talks about our distributions, what we do, volunteer work, how you can help, how we help out our community. And then we have like just our shop page, which is like the earrings, which honestly I think it's amazing because it's like, yeah, you get cute jewelry, but you get cute jewelry and you get to help somebody. Like,
It's a win-win.
it's a win-win for everybody. Yeah, one pair of earrings can help feed. It's 3 meals and about 2 hygiene kits.
Really?
Yeah. And it's so crazy because it's so cost effective to help somebody, yet the help is lacking, you know?
Yeah, and it's crazy that people like in poverty, you know, kind of like in our bracket of taxes, are willing to help out our fellow man more than someone who's like can really afford it.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what we want to bring awareness to and a wake up to. Like, man, you can afford an extra $100, man. That can mean a world to a few people.
Exactly.
That can get some people off the street. That can get some people a job.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I mean, this is a great cause. You know, I already know what they're talking about. They're talking about mobile washing machines and drying machines to help the community. So, I mean, yeah, definitely, if you want to donate, man, reach out to the Kick It. Also, you know, go check out their events and check out their Instagrams.
Community showers. I mean, everything that Jordan and Oscarin does is absolutely amazing. Like, I was blessed enough that Jordan reached out to me and said, like, I want you here every single week, every single day this week, because it's a community, you know, you help each other out. It's been going amazing. Actually, thank you for asking. Yeah. But it's like, it's so crazy because like this past voucher that's happened in Oceanside, California. Yeah. Like I might get a little too out there, so if I get
No,
please,
you're all right, Miss Jasmine.
please tell me just stop. But
On this show, we really don't give a fuck.
For sure.
First, talk about the
Say what
voucher
you
in
want.
case
If
people
you
don't
gotta
know.
be
And
like
talk about how it
emotional
affected
raw
it.
with it, get the message out, because a point's gotta get across one way or the fucking other, right?
I respect that. Yeah. All right, so as of, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, Wednesday night, Chris Rodriguez introduced this. Well, the voucher was introduced in May. It's this whole voucher program. It extends over 6 months, but in reality, people only get housing for 20 days, and you can't get sober in 20 days. You can't get into a housing program in 20 days. You can't even lose weight in 20 days unless you do some.
Can't get your ID in 20 days.
You can't do anything in 20 days.
You could probably lose like 5 pounds in 20 days.
I mean,
Like healthy.
Maybe you can.
If they're on drugs, they can. Hell yeah.
3.
You can lose 5 pounds in a day, the right drug.
Best I can do.
Yeah, best I can do. Yeah. But I mean, the whole housing program is like, it's just ridiculous. And at that same city council meeting, it targeted a specific community, but they didn't even bother to ask anybody from that single community how they would feel, how they would affect them. We had all the grassroots organizations that we work with during that city council meeting. We called in and we voiced their voices because no one else bothered to hear them. No one else bothered to check up on them. And the same, it was about, we were there for 3 hours. The second that the comments stopped, they immediately voted 5-1. Like they already had that plan in mind. They didn't care for anything that any comment that we had to say.
That's why we need to speak up as a community.
Exactly. That same morning, the next day, 6 a.m., the cops and city code enforcement were already there putting up signs telling them they have 4 days to leave. They have 4 days to pack up their stuff and move somewhere else, take the voucher, or they'll get fined. Why would you find somebody?
Is that the right there on Oceanside Boulevard? That little. So actually, yesterday I saw a video from
That's
somebody.
about Popeyes and the Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Yo, that's like they're my neighbors, dude. I live like right down there.
Dude, they're gone now, dude. Yesterday they kicked them out. It was a video from a neighbor filming.
Are
Like
you
this is
serious?
unreal. Yeah, they're all gone now.
And today they
Damn.
put stones right there
And
where
they
the
and they wanted to be a happy ending, like, oh, they're in a hotel like, for 20 days, and then they got to figure it out again. You know,
No,
it's
I mean,
crazy.
From what I can think of, that whole 20-day thing is because they're trying to get as many people as they can. Because if you read about it, they can be like, oh, we actually housed 300 homeless folks. But in reality, they house them for 20 days and then they're out again. They just want
Yeah, it's
numbers.
crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
they just want numbers. They just want to add on to that thing.
And they displace people. They're homeless, but I say, maybe homeless, but Oceanside, is their home. They're houseless. They're not homeless.
Exactly.
They're houseless. The Oceanside is their home, and we're their neighbors.
Exactly.
So
Big time,
we
dude.
should show some love.
Right here at the Kick It Podcast, we've had the privilege to actually speak to some of our local politicians, and we've asked them, like, what can we do about this homeless situation? I don't want to say they steer away from the topic,
But not many of them have answers.
definitely steer away.
They don't give us a clear answer. They're saying that they want to develop, like a little
Affordable housing. Was a lot of them
communities
said,
and
like,
stuff like
what is
that.
man? If
But
you
it's
can't afford
like
housing now.
that's just it's kind of like something to kind of keep you quiet. Like it's an immediate answer for something that it's a long-term solution.
Exactly. It's a
Um,
Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Yeah, it's a Band-Aid for sure.
Yeah. And I've been there with those folks. All these grassroots organizations that we've been working with, they've been there for months. We know their names. We know their stories. We feel their raw struggles. And as much as I can be here and talk about everything, I will actually never know what it's like. I've had that, and you have to really understand that even though we may come from rough ends, we still have a privilege, and we have to understand that privilege to be able to help out everybody else. Like, even though I'm there every single day, 5:30 in the morning, we're there with those folks, talking to them, hearing their struggles. I will never know what it's like to be in their shoes, to know what it's like for people to drive by and tell them to get out, to tell them that they look disgusting there. It really is so heartbreaking to hear their stories because, like, I want to help as much as I can, but it really comes down to the whole institution that it's everything that has been up for that is sorry, thank you. It's everything that has been built up for them to be in the situation. And like, I've talked to these folks. There was one time when someone came and they shouted like, "This is disgusting, get out of here." And they replied like, "Yes, it is disgusting. I want to get out of here, but how are you going to help me?" Like they look at them and they judge. They don't really create a solution. They just see that it's disgusting, that they see this, but it's like, how are you going to help me get out of this situation? Like, regardless of how much they push themselves to become great, we all need help, regardless of what situation it is. We all need each other to
Even
build
if
each
you're
other up.
self-motivated, and what Jordan was telling us on Monday, like, man, I connect with these people still on a weekly basis, and literally it just takes one person to believe in you
It really does.
to do wonders. Look at Brett's story. That's amazing. I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Exactly. And like, we work with Jordan as much as we can. We're so passionate about what Jordan does. We're huge supporters of what Jordan does. Like, when I first started working with him, we work at the Wednesday showers with him. And the first days, I kind of felt really shy because it's like, how do I interact? But then after that, I would sit down, I would talk to one person for literally 3 hours because that's how much they wanted to share with me. Like, people cross the street because they don't want to talk to them. People cross the street or they just drop $1 and walk away. But in reality, the most important thing is conversation. The most important thing is creating a bond with somebody, and that's what they're lacking, and that's what they really need, that because they want to know that someone's going to be there to actually listen to them.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's painful. I'm sure it's hard on the street, but we're blessed to live in Oceanside, so if you are homeless in Oceanside, it is kind of an advantage. But still, I mean, you need some help.
Exactly.
You need some help. So also with the earrings and stuff, you said what? One earring fees what? You said 3 people?
Yeah, it's really. I mean, each of the earrings are only $10, and they're so cost effective that we help out. Like we make absolutely no profit from it. Everything goes to the community, and we have people help us out. We have people donate to us. It's really like community building. We get the business aspect of it, but then we also get like you help each other out. Like you get that self fulfillment of even though I'm wearing this and it's cute, this is cute and it also helps out somebody in need, even if this is the only way that they can make an impact, it's still an impact that they can make.
Well, if they can make an impact, where can they actually purchase some earrings and check out your catalog?
Yeah. Where can they follow you? Can you give them your Instagram real quick?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, that was his line.
So our main Instagram is En Mi Palma, and that's just when we talk about our distributions, how we help with the community. We also have like volunteer links that you can do. And
Right there. Check out the link on the bottom.
Right there, yeah. And then we have enmipalma.shop, which is just the shop page. You can always DM us. You can always say like, hey, I want this. Can I get this delivered? Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely.
Say the Kick It podcast brought you. It won't give you a discount, but it'll sound hella good.
Yeah, for real.
There you go.
Might give you $1 off. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you will get a discount if you say the Kick It podcast brought you.
Exactly. My way shipping. We don't know yet.
En Mi Palma, just like the Kick It podcast, is non-profit organization. So please
charge you $1 more and take $1 off. You know how we do it.
Yeah.
Right
we
on.
get our only profit is Cheetos and alcohol every now and then.
But I love to say that the community supports what you guys are doing. You also had an artist donate some portraits as well.
Yeah. So right now we actually had a local Chicana artist, Martha, donate all these sick prints with us. And it's really amazing because people reach out to us all the time like, hey, I love what you're doing. I also do this. Could I support? And it's genuinely like if it's so nice to see that people who also make art, people who also reach out to the community, that they want to come and help us because they see what we do and they know that we can make a difference and they know that they can make a difference.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did you got, Bruce? I know you got your thinking cap on. I see
you.
you.
I got you guys with no words. Everything is just too empowering that you're like, I can't even think of anything to say.
Well, no, I thought you were going to shout out the artist. Also, Bruce bought every single portrait that she donated.
Yeah,
he really did.
Yeah,
he got it on Monday.
Ask Louis. Louis, which one do you want? He's like, they're all sick.
Oh, Bruce, you're killing us.
Pick one. I can't. You know what? Fuck it. Let me get one of these.
Yeah. So the Chicana artist is Arte by Marth X. If you guys want to check her out.
Shout out Marth X.
Amazing work that they do. Please check it out. Please, they donated all these prints to us. It's really amazing that the community does want to help us out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And this is an awesome event. You guys are going on
till next Tuesday. The actual exhibit is open 12 to 8 every single day until next Tuesday. And then we have different events going on from 5 to 8 p.m. And then you can all check that out on either Jordan's page or Humanity Showers or Lived Experiences.
Yeah, they got great events the Thursday through whenever they end next Tuesday, right?
Next Tuesday, yeah.
If anything, just come by, say hi. Read some
April
stories,
20th, dude. April 20th is the last day.
Yeah,
420.
that's why it kicks in. Yeah, for sure. And I'm trying to get Jordan to make one of the days like a banda night, just straight up blasting. Yeah, for sure.
That would be sick.
I mean, you guys need to help me bully him into it, but I think we can do it.
I think Tuesday will be a great day.
Do it karaoke.
Yeah, to finish off strong.
Dude, I can't wait. He's gonna do karaoke.
Yeah,
he's gonna do karaoke.
I'll do karaoke too. I love that.
Yeah, but please, everybody,
I got one
stop
guy
by.
that knows how to do karaoke. He's not on the camera, but he's in the background.
Hey, right on.
Yeah, everybody, please try to make your way out. Stop by out here in Coast Highway. It's open until 4/20 of this month. This Saturday is actually going to be like the more main event. I think even Friday they're going to have burgers, but Saturday we're going to have local artists out here. Ross May is going to be in the building, so
Ross
you know it's
May
always
the
going to get
fucking
down.
Building on Saturday, bro.
So please come out and check it out for real.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited for what everybody has to offer, and I'm so excited for just like community building because a lot of these folks, you meet them, and then we actually create bonds with them because they're consistent. They want to help out. They want to support. If it's Jordan, if it's Oscarin, if it's us, anything really helps out the community and it helps support each other.
No, big time.
It'll basically show you insight about how the different players and also how you stand in the social structure in today's America that you actually could contribute in one type of way or another.
Exactly.
And all of us, I believe, in California especially comes from that background one way or the other. Of course, if you don't, coup de grace, good for you. No hate. Never intend on nothing like that. But we're tackling on a fucking subject that's been fucking plaguing this whole time society's built itself, which is poverty and the poor to the middle class to the high standard class. There's a reason why there's a whole structure being built. There's a
make
reason
profit
why
off of
somebody
it.
can't get the resources. There's
Yeah.
a reason why this is still going on. There's a reason why somebody's still getting fined for the money. And even
Exactly.
then, even the organizations that are still built to help fucking counteract this, we still can't solve it, right? We still
Exactly,
can't
yeah.
solve world hunger. We still can't solve.
Oh my gosh,
solve
yeah.
poverty.
When I donated
even-
my hair, you know, there was a lot of like well-known organizations to donate to, and I looked into them like, nah, like they actually charge the cancer patients to get the hair. So I actually did my research because like some of these people for a good cause is not really a good cause, but we're only in just one community as Oceanside, trying to embrace and help our homeless society.
Exactly.
Unlike Las Vegas, who just literally gives them a free ticket back home to wherever they're originally from. You know, I mean, I know it's pretty hard in LA. I know it's hard in San Diego.
You know what Hawaii does?
There's
Where's Hawaii
homeless.
do?
They find them.
We're just
If
one
you're
community.
homeless, bro, they send them back to the inland. They ship them out to Florida somewhere. Give them a ticket, one way back.
That's
They don't want them on the
Yeah,
island.
Vegas is the same
And
way,
another
man.
thing
If you're
about it
homeless
too
over
is
there
not even
'cause you did a bad
organizations.
bet, they'll
I
give you
could
one
even
Greyhound
tack on
ticket back
religion. Like religion don't like people based on like yo help out like your fellow man, but at the same time look at church and I'm looking at the infrastructures like God didn't tell us that we need this fucking big ass statue or this fucking nice ass thing to view. Like, I
Facts.
got a guy with a nice little candle.
Tell
I
him.
could be on the corner, like,
Tell him, bro. No,
I
that's
haven't
true,
said
dude.
much tonight, but I got a lot of shit to say.
No, that's true, dude.
For real, speak your truth.
Yeah, no. Actually, me and my dad, man, me and my pops, we spoke about this subject actually this past weekend when I visited him out in TJ, and he was saying very similar things to what we're saying right now, dude. It's like we want to, basically envision ourselves helping other people, not our community. Like for instance, like most people when they think about the nation, they just want to donate to like a cause that's gonna send the money to like Africa or something like that, and it's like that's not bad. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, please,
wrong
if
at
you
all.
could start out locally and help out your neighbor, it would reach more people than just putting in $2-3 that's gonna go shift
Also,
out of
hey, and
seats.
this is some real spit. If you actually come here and read some of these stories, they're really tough to get through, especially read them back to back.
Bruh,
If you look
reading
at
them
these
back to
pictures,
back, that was a
most
tough
of these
one on Monday.
most of these people are smiling, and when the situation they're in, and they can still have the challenge enough to smile, it really hits you hard.
Exactly,
I'm
because
serious.
they're still, even after everything they've gone through, they're so positive because they understand that whatever happens, like they have enough will in them and they have
They're
enough
not giving
strength
up.
in
They
them.
wanna get
Exactly,
out.
they're so strong, and it's more strength that I've felt in people who have a house, who have a car, who have wealth. Like their whole passion, and that's the only thing that's taken them forward, and that's what they need. And that's why we're here to support them, because they understand that with our passion, that we're here to talk with them, we're here to help them. They know that they'll get better because they are actively seeking for it, and that's like something that's really lacking in like people that go like people that have housing, because they just think of something and like, yeah, I can get social services, whatever. But these folks have to really struggle, but they understand that I can persevere, that I will be I'll be able to persevere, and that's the most important thing. And it's such raw emotion that you feel when you're reading these stories.
Oh
Yeah. I mean, I can't say any stories, but a lot of them have to do with either one incident that like it was a snowball effect, or even mental health, and like they really need help. They're homeless, but they need help because of mental health issues. But it's crazy, man, to see these people smile. Like these pictures mean a lot more than just faces, and the stories are a lot more deeper than what you see. So
Exactly.
come
That's
check
true.
it out for real.
Yeah,
Please come check it out. And thanks again, Ms. Jasmine, for being out here with us and for sharing Emmy Palma merchandise out here in the background. I know you guys can't see it, but it's literally out there.
Come through, check it out.
Yeah.
Check out her earrings as she leaves. Watch the replay. She
Yeah,
got
as soon
a
as
nice
she's
bling.
done right here, she's gonna go and make some more earrings.
Oh yeah,
there's
for
a
sure,
line over
for
there. There's a
sure,
line
yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Wait, that's one of you guys' bracelets right there, right?
No, this is actually from someone else. The Crow's Nest shop. Shout out to them.
Shout out Crow's
Shout out
Nest.
to them. But these earrings are handmade by me.
Yo, show them off if you can, real quick.
I don't know if I can, but these are. Oh, I don't want to do that. Well, you can check it out on our Instagram.
Oh, big time. There you go.
Yeah, there you go,
One
there
more
you go.
time, where can they find you at?
It's Enmi Palma for our distributions and how you can help out, how we help out our local community, and enmipalma.shop for our shop page, and how you can help out by purchasing, may I say, cute, extremely affordable, and extra cute jewelry, but also you're helping out the homies. You're helping out the homies.
Helping out the homies.
Help out the homies. Get the cute jewelry.
Exactly. And prints.
and prints. And if you're willing to help, man, hit her up, DM her.
Yes,
She'll
I will
definitely
answer
give
every
you
single
outlets.
DM.
She also takes donations via whichever.
Yes.
Zelly, PayPal.
Yeah.
Just give her 100 grand real quick.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're from, you can do that whole thing where you like send money from Mexico to here. I'll take it. I will
Hey.
absolutely take it.
We take pesos, we take
Yeah, we take pesos, we
Robo,
take everything.
euros,
Yeah.
Western Union, everything.
ounces.
Yeah,
wait,
for
wait,
sure.
wait,
Yeah.
wait.
Preferably
That's the main
cash.
event. That's a whole other thing.
Well, thanks again, Ms. Jasmine, for giving us a little bit of your time, and
For sure.
you know, please keep it pushing, keep it rocking, and keep on doing your thing.
I
Because
mean, as long as the community's in need, we'll be there to help.
Yeah, we're gonna have Oscarin on. So
Oh, sick, sick, sick.
One more last final thought.
For just anything. I don't know. I mean, something that Sunny Street Outreach always says is like, you can't change the whole world, but Oceanside is your world, so you can change that world.
Hey, there you go,
I
Miss
like that
Jasmine
one.
said it
Yeah,
right
shout out
here.
to Sunny Street Outreach.
On that note, give a shout out.
Yeah,
you already
yeah,
know.
for sure.
Well, man, we have another great guest coming up
Solid
right
guy.
now.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
my gosh, do you want to introduce him, please?
All right. Well, he runs Lived Experiences. Right now, their whole thing is they're building a mobile shower. So that's the whole reason for this funding. And I mean, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Oh, Scotty.
Oh.
Yo, Oscarin, come on through, dude.
You already missed the cue and shit.
Hey, yeah, we got Oscarin coming in the house.
Yeah, you're solid. It's on.
Yeah, so we got Oscarin right here. You guys already know him fairly well from the podcast previously.
What's up? What's up?
He's out here, you know, with this whole scenario, lived experiences, still helping out the community and making sure that we are moving a step forward towards helping everybody out. What's up, Oscarin? What else you got going on, man?
Man, what's going on? Hey, thanks for being here. Shout out.
Yeah.
Take a podcast.
Mad support, mad respect.
Thank you guys.
Oh, Louis stepping in.
All right.
Something's gonna go down because I haven't seen this guy in camera forever.
Feels good being in front of the camera, dude.
All right, right on.
So I gotta open this up. Cheers to everybody out there.
Cheers.
Salud, viejo.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, well, first of all, thank you guys for hosting this event, dude. Straight up.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's
Yeah,
very
it's
powerful.
amazing
Like, you know how
opportunity.
these boys said earlier, like just reading all these stories is just,
Oh, it's super powerful, brother.
it's really powerful.
We all have a story, you know? And
Exactly.
you know, a lot of people don't take the time to even say what's up to you no more, man. We're super disconnected. So I think having this space open here for people to just walk in and say what's up, it's super amazing. And it's wonderful, man.
Dude, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like right now, like in Southern California, like if you were to walk by the street and like try to say hi to somebody, they just give you that stink eye. Like, what the fuck
Exactly.
are you talking
Like,
to
why
me,
are you trying
dude?
to talk to me? They look down on their phone. Like we've lost connection, really. You
Yep.
know?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of being on both sides of that. You know, there's sometimes when I don't want to talk to people and I'm just like,
I do like my private time though.
yeah.
I do sometimes just walk out to the beach and just want to like, oh, okay, cool. I just like the peace and tranquility. So I
Yeah.
get you, brother, because that's true. But I will never reject someone to say hi to me, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's
want
for
to
sure.
build that connection with
For
even
sure.
a
It's
stranger.
just more,
you
yeah, it's
know?
more of like a, oh man, I know that person. They're gonna say hi. I'm just,
Yeah.
You know, the other day we had this conversation. I think it was with you guys. When we were talking about, you know what? We're not afraid of homeless. We're afraid of the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vice
Yeah.
versa, the people, the privileged white people. And I say white because motherfuckers are white. they're
Not
the
gonna
ones
deny
like,
that.
Hey, I'm gonna call the cops on this guys. And we're like, why?
Dude,
Because they don't look like you.
Exactly. Because they don't fit your standard of what you think should be
Yo,
normal.
it's kind of crazy that you're touching that subject because I've seen a couple of videos online just these last couple of days where they're resurfacing with like the whole Black Lives Matter movement and all that stuff where, you know, people are getting harassed just for, you know, being colored in the wrong scenario at the wrong time. So
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
crazy, man. And we're still living racism. Racism is real. It's true. And I think we are all involved in some type of way in racism, unfortunately.
Dude, it's so. I don't know why people have to make their lives complicated.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the point of making their lives complicated, brother? Like nobody's affecting you. Like how bad is your life? They got to be pissing on other people.
Bringing everybody down, like that's absolutely ridiculous.
There's no need for that.
No.
How about you really just take your time to say hi to somebody, and just get to know somebody. Like how do we meet friends these days, guys? We go just hang out. We probably go to like a restaurant, at school or whatever. We're just like, hey, oh dude, you like those? Oh, nice shoes. Oh, good chat. It takes that much to like make a difference in it. But
Exactly.
people don't take that much time, you know.
Mm-mm.
People are just trip on like identity, bro. They just want to make themselves feel better, like
No,
shit on others.
I like that you touched that right there. How you said, "Oh, you have nice shoes or nice earrings, nice watch." Like it's hard when people give you a compliment, and sometimes that compliment makes a difference for somebody. You never know what they're facing or what they're going through. Like that might have just made their day.
Exactly. Yeah. You never really think about like even the smallest thing can change a whole person's perspective, and
Mhm.
that's something you really have to think about. Like my compliment to me myself, it might be like, "Oh, I liked your shoes." Okay, going with my day. But to them, it might be like, "It took me 3 months to afford these shoes," and that comment was genuinely the nicest thing I've ever heard, and I'm gonna think about it for the next month. You know, your words really affect somebody, and that's something that you should really think about.
Words matter.
Exactly.
If you punch me in the face and you break my jaw, it's gonna reheal. But if you call me fat, it's gonna hurt for like years, dog. I'm calling it right now. Like at least call me chonchito. You know what I'm saying? Like, because words
Poquito
matter.
chunchi. Yeah,
Words
yeah,
matter.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
He's my spirit animal.
that's what we're trying to accomplish here. We're like we put up amazing work for Jordan Verdin, obviously.
Absolutely
amazing work, and we're just trying to break that silence, like not the silence, but that stigma.
That stigma,
We're
yeah.
like, hey, dude, we're just people.
Exactly.
We had the event last night, and Mama Cat was up here and like, hey, dude, I live on the streets, but I'm a human being.
Exactly.
How powerful is that?
Something she brought up was like, she doesn't do drugs. She doesn't drink. She's just a person. But because she's on the streets, she has that whole stigma around her that, oh, she's a drug addict, or that, oh, she's all this, she's all that. But no, she's trying her hardest to break that stigma. But because that stigma is so strong amongst the people, it's going to stay there. You know, as much as she tries to fight it as an individual, it's institutionalized in her that it's going to stay there. And that's something that a fear that she has to live with every single day. And that's a fear that she shouldn't have to live with every single day.
No, I mean, especially because I see it every now and then. Like people still just get harassed for, as you mentioned, just for looking a certain way or being in a certain area. Like they just automatically create a stereotype for your being. It's
Makes
crazy,
no
man.
sense.
Nah, it
Makes
really
no
doesn't.
sense. I mean, you know what? Let me take a drink.
I mean, it's also heartbreaking because
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, because like it's
super
taught.
heartbreaking. You know what? So everybody is born into some loving hands of their mother,
Mhm.
and they're wrapped into this loving hands of like a nurse, and they go to this home, and nobody knows racism, nobody knows hate.
Mm-mm.
We all know love, right? Until like we're like about maybe 10, and they're like, oh, okay, I hate this guy, or I hate this kid. And then all of a sudden you're like 18 and you got like this nice little bank account because your parents gave it to you or whatever, or because you work hard or whatever, or you had the ability to work, whatever it was.
Some people get nice bank accounts at 18.
Brother, you know what? But the point is that there's no need because you have something that others don't. There's no need for you to be a dick about it.
Exactly.
There's no need, bro. You know what? Share it. You're gonna die one day. Have you ever seen a hearse with a U-Haul attached to it?
Yo,
have you ever seen a dead person use? Have you ever seen a dead person with a U-Haul behind him? Like, hey, I'm gonna take my furniture and I'm gonna take it with me because I need it in my afterlife.
I just heard that shit today from Denzel Washington. I kid you not. I swear.
I love Denzel Washington. But the point is that you don't.
Exactly.
You don't see people taking the materialistic stuff. Why be a dick about it?
It's all materialistic, you know. In the end, it won't matter. In the end, it's the impact that you make on a person. It's not what you have. It's how you affected people, how you affected yourself, how you affected your community. That's what's really important in the end, you know.
You know what? I am mad right now because you guys invited me here and you guys made me talk about this, and I was being happy right now until you guys brought this up. But I am mad because we have they kicked out 50 people from on Oceanside Boulevard right now, right? And Oceanside, we're a pretty good city, right? We make millions of dollars of tourism, right?
Exactly.
And we couldn't spend like at least 100,000 on people.
I mean,
This morning we couldn't do that. We couldn't just say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you like your voucher at a hotel."
We
How much
spent
is that, bro?
thousands on the rocks to make anti-homeless to where everything they kicked out. They spent thousands on
And
those
they couldn't
rocks.
give that to the homeless to like live in a nice house.
Yo, man,
Give them for social service that they're lacking. Some of these folks just need to enter sobriety programs, but they're not going to offer that because they just care about keeping their precious Oceanside image up. But in reality, this is Oceanside. And
Straight
how
up.
are you going to help? How do you want this whole image of Oceanside to stay beautiful, to stay clean,
If you're not
gonna
helping
help the people on
Oceanside.
the streets?
Yep.
Exactly.
That grinds my gears.
My gears,
That
yeah, it really grinds my
Dude,
gears, man.
You know what? It's kind of crazy that you guys brought it up that there were, actually what's the right word? Displacing people around and shit. Like, I literally just went yesterday right there next to the Crunch Fitness and a Starbucks because I had one of those cheesesteaks right there in that area.
I love cheesesteaks.
Yeah. So I had that shit for dinner yesterday, and I passed by the camp, and I mean, I saw a little bit of yellow tape. I didn't think much of it, but now that you guys are bringing it up, that they actually move the people out and stuff like that, it's crazy, dude. And that shit just happened in the last 24
They had
hours.
4 days, and
God
then
damn.
this morning is when they put all those rocks. They would rather
They
put,
put
rocks
boulders
there. Yeah.
and public property so people won't sleep there.
So they spend money to put boulders, but not
They
money
rented a
to
tractor,
relocate
bro.
people.
How cheap is it to rent a tractor? It's pretty expensive.
It's pretty expensive.
Fuck
Like
yeah.
I said, it's just a band-aid over a bullet wound.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask you this: well, if you guys could, how would you handle this situation?
Do you want to go first, or should I go first? You want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
Okay, so mental health, right?
Big time.
Mental health. It's a stigma. It's taboo. We talk about mental health, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna break it down real quick. Mental health. It takes time for people to change. We know that for a fact. It takes 21 days to create a long-term memory. That's a fact. It takes 60 days to break an old habit. Everything that we do here is based on habit, bro. The way we drink, the way we sit, the way we communicate, the way we make love, right? The way we talk to people, the way we eat. Everything's based on a habit. We wake up with like, what's my habit? What's my routine? It takes 60 days to break an old habit. It takes 90 days to create a new habit and master that habit. So at the minimum, it takes 90 days to really help somebody make the change, brother.
This voucher program is only 20 days.
Right? So this voucher program and everything. Services, what happens is that services, we give a fuck, right? We actually get money, but like, hey, dude, I can help you get to the house, whatever. But that person who's giving you help is not going to be there, like, walk you through this path. They're like, hey, here's the key. You do what you got to do, and I expect you to call me tomorrow. I'm like, I'm better. That's not how this works.
Absolutely not.
No, has anybody been on a break? Like, has anybody like been divorced or like been through like a hardcore break? You know, like when your buddy like breaks your back, stabs you, breaks your heart, right? It takes time for us to heal.
Exactly.
Imagine people who lost everything in the community, right? And
Somewhere
say,
where
you know
they
what?
feel safe.
I lost my family. I lost my job. The people here suffering. Misery loves misery. I feel comfortable here. Don't fuck with me right now. To answer your question, it takes time. It takes real empathy services. What I mean with that, it means people helping people to really make change in people. Don't come in here pretend that you're better than me. Don't come in here because you think that you know what I need. You don't. You're just a dude who has a nice house. You sleeping on your $3,000 bed.
Exactly.
Taking a shower in your nice little bathtub.
Damn,
Taking a shit on your
bed?
golden toilet. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here pretending you know. So to answer your question again, though, we need people to just like keep their mouth shut. Listen to people like here. Listen to their story. And then offer some help. Like, hey, dude, I hear you.
Exactly.
I hear you. Let me
I'm
think
there for
about that.
you.
What do you need from me right now? Here it is. No questions asked, no case management. And that's how we move forward, brother. Not until we have that. You know, you said it right now. 28 days of vouchers.
20.
Like 20 days of vouchers, dude.
That ain't shit, man. That's like a smack to the face. Like, I'm gonna help you, but not really.
That didn't help. So you know what? We need more empathetic services, bro. We need people to actually risk some of their own to give to others. We just talked about it right now, man. Even with me right now, bro, like people give me stuff, I just give it away. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna have that U-Haul behind my hearse stuff. Like, take it. Take it. Just buy me a burrito later, you know, but just take it.
Have you guys been able to contact anybody from our local government to get some assistance with any of this?
The government?
Yeah, local government.
Like city council,
They're not helping.
So in regards to hitting up like our local government for resources and stuff, it's not that they don't know what we do. It's that they always call it what they're capable to do, right? What happens is that money buys power here, right? Obviously, if you have money, people will listen to you, brother.
Yeah.
Right. As a matter of fact, this whole thing happening down there is because someone said, "Oh, those guys are an eyesore. I can't drive by there and see the tents.
Those same
I don't want.
businesses.
I can't grab my coffee and see a bunch of people out there
I can't buy
sleeping.
my $8 coffee.
I can't
because
drive
of
away knowing that
How
there's
can I
people
enjoy my ice mocha latte?
Exactly. My
in my
$10
nice little
coffee.
Tesla
Yeah.
and my brand new 2021 Toyota Camry.
That my daddy gave me.
Right. Right. So those people, they email the people in charge, which are the real gangsters. Right here, council people, the real hardcore gangsters.
Chris Rodriguez.
They sit there and they're like, "Hey, I don't like this. Can you please change that?" Right, dude. One person, two people. This is a city of 170,000 people, and 3 people make an opinion to change other people's lives. It's unbelievable, bro.
Exactly.
So because we are Latinos, we don't have that type of money. We don't have that type of pull. We're not homeowners. At least I'm not. I'm not trying to say anything here. I'm not a homeowner.
I'm broke
I
as
don't
fuck,
own
dude.
whatever. I don't have any like buying power. Will they listen to me? because they think that I don't vote. They think I don't have enough voice.
They think you
A
don't
white
care.
boy, I don't like that. Oh, de volada, güey. Se pone acá pa' acá, no mames.
Dude, for real.
You know, that's real talk.
We'll get right on that, Brad.
Real talk, man. So to answer your question, it's not that they don't know. It's not that we don't know what's going on. It's just that they'd rather not help us because they'd rather get the vote so they can sit in power.
So they can
and be
stay there
gangsters.
longer. Yeah. So they can make more profit. For real.
Yeah, man, it's
Cheers to the
it's
gangsters.
sad to see the way that politics really work because it's true, dude. It's all about your influence. It's all about who you know. How can you help that guy, and
How to stay in
how
power.
can they help you?
Exactly.
Sad world we live in,
Dude,
man.
you know what? Oceanside, bro. Oceanside since in a beautiful place. We're in between San Diego and LA.
Yep.
Right? And a little bit of Escondido and Temecula, right? We're like in
Dude,
this
North
middle
County
place.
is probably like one of the best areas
Oh.
in Southern California because I've been out to San Clemente and
down.
shit like that, like Orange
down.
County, and it doesn't compare. It really doesn't.
Bro, if I was homeless, I want to be here.
Fuck yeah.
And that's
Sunny,
actually
great food.
that's actually a lot of mentalities because it's like people come from inland, they come from East Coast, they come from everywhere, and it's like if you're gonna be homeless, I'd rather be by a beach, you know. I'd rather be by somewhere where it's warm, where it's sunny, where I don't have to worry about 50-degree weather, we don't have to worry about negative 30-degree weather, you know. But then the fact that they come here and then their social services are lacked, like that's just insane to me, you know. Like they come here because they want a better life. That's why our parents came here. That's why our grandparents came here because they wanted a
Yeah.
better life for us. But then because they're here, because of the way they look, because of the lack of money, now they're not going to be even given anything, you know.
Oh, that's true.
People gotta like get over themselves, man. Like, how bad is your life? I keep on
Exactly.
saying that. How bad is your life? You gotta be dicks to others.
Exactly. Like check your privilege. Like understand that you have privilege over everybody else. Even if you might think that your life is messed up, even if you might think that, oh, like right now, I don't know, I could only make this amount of money, you still have a privilege over everybody else. Like I have even though I still rent a house, I still live in a house on our own. We don't have to live where it's four of us in one room anymore. I have my own car. I have a privilege that I understand, even though it might not be as big as everybody who lives
You
on
just sparked something in
multi-million.
me. You're right, 100% right. Because even us, this whole new generation of like, it doesn't matter if you're white, black. This new generation, whatever we want to call us, millennials or whatever, we depend on other brothers and somebody else's income, brother. Our parents take care of us. If our parents weren't there, we'd be homeless too.
Exactly.
It's not like we're balling. It's not like we're buying our own homes.
Exactly.
I'm trying to be real here, right? Somebody always supporting us, brother. We're just that whole thing about one paycheck away from being like.
You never know, and that's the thing. You never know when it's gonna hit you. One wrong thing, and boom, you're there. But like these people won't understand that mentality because they think, oh, like once you're there, you become a drug addict, you become alcoholic, you become all these things. But it's like no. A lot of these folks aren't alcoholics. They're not drug addicts. They're just trying to make their way through life. But circumstances have brought them this way. The institution has brought them this way, but they don't realize that. And it's so disheartening to see that in our community because it's like I have lived in Oceanside all my life. I love Oceanside, but the folks who have the money, they're changing that whole thing. They're making it so that the poor becomes the poor stay poor. That the poor, they're not helping them out at all.
Poor will stay poor.
And that's the way it's running, and that's the way it's going to be for years until our voices are heard enough that we make a difference. And that's why we're here.
So besides donating to the cause, how could people take a more proactive role in helping their community? How could they reach out to you guys?
Dude, that's a great question, brother.
I have my moments, bro.
Yeah. It really does, though.
Solid moments. Yeah.
That's why he's the main guy in the podcast.
Oh, right on.
You know what? How do you ask somebody to do something that they don't want to do? How do we do that, bro? How do we ask somebody to do something that they haven't done in their life?
Exactly.
I mean, just think about that. I mean, we all have friends that we like listen to our podcast. They come and support, come volunteers. Like, I like what you're doing, but like, how do we change that?
As much as we be here and talk about this, there's still folks that's going to go in one ear and go right at the other because they have such a mindset. It's so strong in their mind that regardless, they're still going to think of that same thing. They're still going to think of homeless folks as that same thing. They're still going to look at someone and immediately judge. And it's so hard to change that stigma. It's because, like how you said, it's taught.
You know what it is, Jasmine? By the way, I love your huaraches.
Thank you.
But you know what it is? It's identity issues. We want to be the best of the best of the best of whatever it is. We want to be Rick Ross.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like capitalism has kind of taught us that in a
It
way.
really has.
We wanna be the
Consumer culture,
Mayweather.
Everything.
Well, I think it's just more. I think it's more because of social media, the way everything's trying to be raised now. It's more of like an attention seeking. It's
Yep.
more. It feeds more of your ego now than
Exactly.
Than it did
Yeah,
before.
you
So I
only-
think it's more about
yeah.
like best of the best. I want to be me. You know, like
Yeah, you only
Yeah.
show when you're at your peak. You only show when you're on a vacation. You never show when you're crying because your mom can't afford rent that day. You know, you only want to show that, and people see that and they're like, "Oh, their life is so amazing." But it's like if you really break it down, not everybody's life is amazing, but you never want to show that to yourselves. And I think that that's something that you should show because it's raw emotion, and it's something that everybody can connect to. Not everybody can connect to the fact that you can buy yourself your own car. Not everyone can connect to that, but everyone can connect to the fact that families struggle, that people struggle as individuals, but you don't want to show that. You know, you want to show everybody that you're fascinating, that you're amazing, but it's so hard to make yourself vulnerable because of the whole idea that
Yes.
social media has made you think that you have to be your best, that you have to be on top of everything.
I agree with you 100%. By the way, she's from Oaxaca. I'm from Oaxaca. We're
Yeah,
like
we're
cousins.
basically cousins. We're basically hermanos.
I'm gonna switch.
If you didn't tell me, I would have never.
I'm gonna
fucking
flip the
guessed.
script right here.
We don't look alike.
I'm gonna become the interview real quick.
Oh. I'll be
Dude,
your-
awesome.
All right.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question.
Ooh.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's missing, bro, from your point of view?
Mm.
Why haven't you guys done what we've done? What's it gonna take for you guys to start your own nonprofit and go from there? And I'm not trying to bang on you guys. What I'm saying is the whole thing. This is why I love this chick because that's the new generation, right? We had Coyote here yesterday.
Yeah, Coyote.
And this guy
spitting
was
bars.
like raw,
spitting straight bars,
straight
man.
fire, dog. Like
yeah.
fire. And we were like, oh shit. This
Yeah,
guy's like what,
power to the
25 years old?
people. 25, yeah.
Right. So the question to ask is like, why? How do we change the mindset of the new generation to start giving a fuck
Mm-hmm.
about people? Because not until we start buying those Mercedes that we can't even afford, we open up that credit card that's not even our money, going into debt. Not until we start being that person, becoming that Rick Ross.
when people actually start listening.
Thank you.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just more of a like, oh, they see like a cause and effect type of thing.
Yeah.
My bad, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike,
Lou,
check
Lou,
yourself.
Do you want to go first or?
That's a good question, man. You got some moments, bro. I'm gonna give you that.
I do got moments.
Yeah, solid.
Got a lot of moments.
Yeah.
Now you can keep thinking about it, dude. I think I
You know
might
what?
have
You
an
know what?
answer.
It's not even a question to answer right now, but it's
more,
It's a question to ponder.
at least because we're trying to do events and stuff like this before COVID shut down, and at least from our perspective, is for us it's guidance. Like, how can we do that? How can we help? And that's why we link up with organizations like the ones you guys have, because if you don't know what you're doing, then you're gonna give to someone that does.
Yeah.
How are you gonna coach a soccer team if you don't know anything about soccer? So that's why you give it to someone that knows what they're doing, and that's how it is. So we have some type of platform where we could expose a little bit, or give a little bit of an outreach to
I respect that.
organizations.
real talk.
Yeah.
So I think that's our thing.
Yeah. It's not that we've been dodging or avoiding to get involved, because we want to be involved. We really do. But I mean, like Louis said, this whole pandemic kind of shut us down, and we weren't able to connect with the people as much as we would have liked to. And I mean, at the same time, we're a little broke, but I mean, money doesn't faze us. That's not an obstacle. I mean, helping out, that comes from inside. You don't need $100 to help somebody. It's been rough, dude. But as Louis mentioned, that's exactly why we link up with certain organizations to be able to be out there, be part of the community, and be present and help out. Because it really takes everybody to be involved to actually create that snowball effect where you could actually help and make a change.
Exactly.
I appreciate the answer, because that's exactly what we need, right?
Yeah, we need people
to have
that
that
care.
type of mentality to say,
Yeah.
you know what, that's not where we're at, but I want to be there.
Yeah.
And to be part of the solution is to link up people like us.
And I think
Appreciate that. The question wasn't for you guys directly.
Bruce has.
No
but
worries. Hey,
it was
Bruce.
in general.
Hey, get this.
That one actually hit home.
Hey, sit on his lap, dude. It's all right.
Yeah, sit us up. Make it collective. Make it a
You could
community.
sit up on the lap, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
We don't have that much time we could on availability because of the pandemic. Yes, we don't have that much resources we could. Do we wish we can? Yes. But at the same time, what we're doing with the platform that we're giving
Yeah.
to local artists, to other local business people, to local activists, and also the homies in our local communities. I get this shit all the time because I still connect with all my homeboys. Look, they tell me, it's like, yo, Bruce, I could be hearing you on the street with your homeboys doing it. It's like, yo, I respect that. I like that. And also encourage them to keep on trucking on their own good business because they're rehabilitating for what we're coming from because we're our own product from our own surroundings. And just to give a little bit of hope from like bullshit background that we do come from,
Yeah.
and to provide in a different way, because you could provide it like this, but I could provide it like that, and that's where the good balances come from.
Mm-hmm. And I think something that really is like important to realize is like the folks that are helping out, the folks that do want to make a difference, is because they understand the struggle. You know, like a lot of the folks that help out, like look at this, all of us.
Shout out to Lonnie who guys got me a beer.
Even though I bought that, it's cool, bro.
Way to interrupt the podcast, Lonnie.
But yeah, like a lot of folks that help out have all come from struggles because they understand what it's like to be like in the darkest moments of their life. They understand that now they can make a difference, you know? And it really sucks because it's like that whole mentality of like education is really taught. The way that you think is taught. And because of like, a lot of times if you come from higher privilege, you learn that higher privilege and you stay there. You stay there with that mentality of like, I'm better than everybody else. Everybody below me, it doesn't matter because they're below me. So why would I even bother to talk to them? Why would I even bother?
Bruce, we can have Jordan. Jordan.
So that is what happened, right? We all kind of what we do now.
Goddamn.
So this is good episode. Cheers. And so Jordan and Lyle were also kind of on the table with each other. But she used to be up here because we started with a lot of people was in the middle. So the reason why Lonnie so it's good to be that Lonnie. Let's give Lonnie one our house. Lonnie.
It wasn't going to happen.
So wait, let me tell you about this. So 2025. So like, so Jordan and I,
Well, I had only come in April or May, so it's been.
Sorry, Lonnie, you got to put the microphone.
It's been almost a year that
Almost
I've
a
been
year.
with OKC.
So for about a year, brother, Lonnie hooked us up with a bunch of food to bring back to the community. Not only Fall Break, but also Oceanside. So that's why I wanted to bring, because there's a big collaboration between Jordan, Lonnie, and I. So it just suited to be Lonnie be up here. So Lonnie, please share with us. Who are you?
Please, Miss Lonnie, share. Let me know what's going on because I really want to see what you guys got in the mix right here.
Thank you for inviting me on. I work for the Oside Kitchen Collaborative, and at about a year ago, I met Jordan and Oscarin and would donate boxes out from different organizations, and we would help feed their communities and make sure that they were getting the resources they needed to help them out. So
Lonnie's
we-
being super humble right now because she's a badass, bro. Like she was there, like lifting boxes and pallets and like loading up the trucks, brother. We talking about each box was like what 20, 40 pounds, and she was like,
Do you guys have
dude,
like pallet jags or a forklift? Or how do
no,
you
we
guys
had
load these up?
Lonnie. Lonnie was a pallet jack, bro.
Oh, dang.
Real talk, Jordan. Come on, real talk.
It was a good time. I enjoy what I do.
It was a great time, brother. So that's how we all kind of integrated with each other and stuff. So you know what? Actually, Louis came up to like help us out a couple times. Louis, come on. Louis, come over here.
Louis.
All right. Hey,
He's a
Victor.
hard worker.
Victor, get Louis in here. Come on, Louis. Come on, Louis. Get in here, bro. No, Victor, get Louis in here.
Yeah, hey Louis, come on, dude. Yeah,
Everybody needs to
you're
be a
like
part
the
of
main host anyway. All right, so I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna get my seat up. Thank you so much, Jordan. Again, thank you, dude. Thank you again so much, Miss Lonnie.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Louis. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, here you go. Tag. Beat their ass.
All right, I'm back.
Louis in the building.
Hi y'all.
So I met Louis, 2-3 years ago when I ran for school board.
Yeah,
And,
that's what it
so
was.
I ran for school board, so trying to bring social
Dude,
and
you
emotional
look-
literacy into school, right?
You look so different, bro.
I did.
You don't have your
I
all
did. I know.
facially
I know.
shaved. You
I
didn't
know.
have the.
And you were fatter.
Yeah.
Now you're skinnier.
Shockingly.
I'm sorry. Chunkier. Chunkier.
Shockingly, yeah.
But you know what?
It was pre-COVID, man.
Hey, but you know what? Louis is one of the biggest supporters that I had over this whole time. He was always in the mix. Like, how can we help? What can we do? Like, let me know and I'll be there. So I think this group between Jordan, Louis, and you, I think this is what it's all about. And I think this is what we're trying to bring here today, Jordan, right? Open up the space for like other people to join. Sure about that, brother.
I agree with Oscar. Like the best thing that we could do is empower others to lead as well.
Mhm.
And it's nice that it's us, like community members, that it's not other people that aren't from where we are,
Right.
that didn't grow up where we did. That didn't grow up where we did, and it's people that look like us helping our people first, and that's what I think is important about this space too. Like Oscar put on this event, not some outside group or some outside person. It was someone from our community, someone that looks like me. Well, I'm a little better looking, but he looks like me. You know, comes from the same background that I do, and so it was put on by us, for each other, and that's what we want to do. Is that we don't need people that are outside helping us, but we need people that are on the inside doing the work. And so that's what I think
Real
is special
talk.
about here. Like you are doing the work and for your community. It's not some outside group that
Right.
doesn't even know the people's names, but it's you. It's like you're loving on your friends and your family, and that's what we wanted to do here. So,
Yeah, same. Like honestly, thank you guys for inviting us, because like me personally, that we were talking about it, dude, before. Like I wasn't getting bored, but it was just more like it felt like it was like the same thing, And like coming here on Monday and seeing what you guys had is just like it was a spark. It's a spark that sometimes people need. So yeah, so thank you guys first of all for what you guys are doing to the community, because there isn't that many people out there actually doing this stuff. And I asked Oscarin earlier, but how could people reach out to you? How could they be more proactive, in the community?
so my phone number is 760-859-4041. Send me
Swipe
a text.
right,
Send me a
swipe right.
text. HumanityShowers.org. My Instagram is Jordan Verdin. The best way to get involved is just show up. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's on our website, HumanityShowers.org. Don't send me a message saying, "Can I volunteer?" The answer is yes. Just show up.
I love
Oscar
that.
has the locations on his website, times. Just show up. That's the best way to get involved.
You know what, Jordan? Invite him to take a shower in your trailer, bro.
The best
Invite
way
him to take a shower in your trailer.
To get the full experience, you have to take a shower in it so that then you can know what we're offering and stuff. And so Oscar did that, and he probably needs to do it tomorrow morning because he's been here a few days too long. And so. But yeah, the best way to get involved is just show up. That's just as simple as that.
Oh yeah, Miss Lonnie, how could they reach you?
Through me. I'm just joking.
So I work at the OSI Kitchen Collaborative, and you can either reach us on Facebook or Instagram at the OSI Kitchen Collaborative. Valley Gilly is our president, and she can also take emails at info at info at ositecitchencollaborative.org. Please make sure you volunteer. We're always looking for extra help. We do kitchen distribution. We serve food through the community, Carlsbad, Oceanside, monthly. So please reach out when you can.
I know what's going on.
You know what? Are we still live right now? Because I want to give a big shout
We're
out.
still live. We good? We good? Cool.
So big shout out to OKC, Oceanside Kitchen Collaborative. And so there's a guy named Mikey, right? This guy who is a fucking badass. Excuse my language. He's a badass. We know he's a badass. He's a badass.
He's a badass.
And so this guy and what's another guy? Agustin. No, Felix. Sorry,
Felix.
Agustin's my tío. Felix, two badass people in the world. So again, this is collaborative. It happened about a year ago, and these two individuals through OKC have helped feed thousands of people, homeless, low income, elderly people. So I just want to give a shout out to that, and that's what she represents. But Lonnie was the one doing all the footwork. That's how like Lonnie was like, hey, we got food, we got you. How much do you want? And it wasn't never like, no, I'm gonna give you more. How much do you really want? And I'm like, okay, yeah, dude, send me everything. So we used to roll up right there. Jordan used to roll up with his big old trailer. I used to roll with a big old box. Remember those U-Hauls?
This is the thing. You guys are really passionate about what you do, and it shows in every move you guys make. And when you are passionate about what you do, people want to help because you believe in it, and people buy into that and want to push you in that journey. No matter what it is, people will always see that passion and see that drive and want to help you along the way. So I'm just doing my job, and wherever that helps or wherever that can push you along in feeding your community or wherever that dynamic is, that's what we're here to do, and that's what needs to continue to happen.
Real talk.
So I have another question for you guys.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys as individual organizations, and what do you guys have going on together?
Me go first on that one? Oh man, the pressure. The pressure. You know what? I think Jordan and I think even you, Lonnie, I know we're like organization wise on you. Anyhow, I think we've been doing what's next, which is collaborating with whoever wants to collaborate with us. We're not here to like pretend that we're better than everybody else. We're here to just find a solution for what's happening, brother. We're not this is not bragging. This is actually, this is what we do. And if you want to be a part of it, it's great. And if you don't, like, step away, bro. Like, whatever it is. So, like, I don't know, for us, at least for me, speaking for me, I'm just doing whatever it is has to be done. Like, fuck your opinion. I'm doing the work. And if you want to be a part of it, be a part of it. If not, go fuck yourself, brother. Cheers to that.
What about you, Miss Lonnie?
So with the OSI Kitchen Collaborative, we want to continue to feed people throughout the community, whether that be Carlsbad, Oceanside, wherever the need is. We want to keep providing hot meals, frozen meals to the families or the homeless community in whatever dynamic that is. And if we can reach the people and figure out where that need is and fine tune how we can collaborate with different organizations or different communities, that's what we want to do. We work kind of as with all of these different organizations in providing either bulk food, whether that be produce or milk or whatever donations we get out. And we also provide the hot meals, which I think is really important to the homeless community to have a hot meal, and it really provides something dynamic for them. So if we can keep reaching people and figuring out where we can help and fine tuning that, that's what we want to do.
Hell yeah. Jordan, what about you, man?
Yeah, so very similar to what Oscar was saying. It's just to collaborate with other people and collaborate with other organizations. And so there's a proverb that says that if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but if you want to go far, go together. And so as an organization, we're looking to go far and to help a lot of people. So we're looking for people to go together with. And so that's what's next for us is building solid friendships, relationships, and partnerships so that we can go far.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having us. We greatly appreciate you guys for everything you guys do with the community. And hopefully it does nothing but grow from here. Well, with that said, we're about to kill this broadcast. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, whoever commented. Shout out to Victor, Smoke, Bruce, Juan that left. En Mi Palma with Jasmine, Jordan, Oscarin, Ms. Lonnie. Thank you guys so much. Come check it out. It's here until
shout
April
out to
20th.
Louis and the Kick It Podcast. Love you guys.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And just reach out. Just reach out. Come check it out. Come check out these stories because they're very powerful, straight up. And that's it. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys soon.